following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's Ravens Report, Devonta Freeman is mic'd up as the Ravens almost pull off a comeback in Cleveland. Plus, we preview this week's matchup with the Packers. All that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
He's a 15-10-5 touchdown Ravens. They are dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T. Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. So for the first time all season, the Ravens have now lost 2 games in a row. And it was another narrow defeat last Sunday in Cleveland, where despite the loss of both Lamar Jackson and Calais Campbell to injury, the Ravens were able to fight back from an 18-point deficit and actually give themselves a chance to win that game late, showing incredible toughness, something that's been a hallmark for this team all season. But important to note, even with the losses, the Ravens are still atop the AFC North that is completely up for grabs at this point in the season. But now the Ravens have to shift their attention to arguably the NFL's hottest team in the Green Bay Packers. But before we look ahead to this pivotal Week 15 matchup, let's revisit last Sunday's battle on the shores of Lake Erie, where we had Devonta Freeman mic'd up.
Stretch it as much as you can, and then turn it.
And then get back. All right.
If you can press it towards the tight end as much as you can, let them take them over there. We'll hold off the backside a little bit longer. I think you're going to have a little bit more yardage.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Hey, give me time right here. It's gonna be a touchdown. Give me time, baby. Here we go.
Tyler Huntley trying to lead a second comeback like he did in Chicago against the Bears. Huntley throws deep far sideline. Rashad Bateman makes a catch at the 10, to the 5, lunges to the goal line. They'll say he's down to the 1. Rashad Bateman with a spectacular grab. And they're going to say the play stands.
Jerry, this is exactly what we were talking about before. You know you're going to have to take a shot at some point. There it is right there. Perfect throw, amazing catch by Rashad Bateman, the rookie.
John Harbaugh has the red challenge flag ready to throw because he thinks Bateman had a touchdown, but the Ravens are going to run the play. They give us to Latavius Murray. Murray slams into the middle. Touchdown, Latavius Murray.
Trey, I'm here, come. Good shit.
Get that ball back. Hey.
Kevin, you just said the Ravens have some fight in them. I tell you what, the first half couldn't have gone any better for the Cleveland Browns. And so far here in the second half, though, it's been dominating, especially on the defensive side for the Baltimore Ravens. Browns need to get something going here. Right now, the Ravens defense has been dialed in here in the second half.
It's 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for Cleveland. And momentum switching to the Ravens.
Keep going, boys. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good job, Free. Good job, baby.
4th and 6, they need the 32. Huntley has got Freeman in the backfield. Hit as he throws, and caught by Bateman. Was he in? Oh my goodness, what a grab!
What a throw! Tyler Huntley.
Down to the 8. The rookie from Minnesota brings it in. So, 1st and goal.
I got you.
Huntley zeroes in the end zone, caught for the touchdown. Andrews threading the needle, 9-yard throw. 3-point game, 1:17 to go. And the Ravens, who were down 24-3, have come back. It's a 2-point game with 1:17 to go.
Good, my boy. Let's go.
Onside kick, we get it. We're rolling. 2 minutes, you're up.
Let's get it.
Don't freaking come out.
Let's get it.
Sip when you need to chip.
Come on.
And if you really need a blow, tell me. You good?
I'm good. For the money, I'm definitely good. Crunch time, I'm definitely good. I don't get top. Yes, sir.
The last time the Ravens successfully converted an onside kick
was Green Bay,
2001.
I was on the field.
Yeah, you were on the field.
Yeah.
327 games ago. And you're going to have to try to make it a successful onside kick for the first time in 20 years.
Hey, they're due, Jerry. It's time.
Tucker bounces to the right side, hits off a Browns player, and the Ravens recover at the 40-yard line. It bounced off a Cleveland Browns player.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, get the ball!
Wow. Jerry, hey,
And
they were due.
The Ravens recover their own onside kick for the first time in 327 games. And the Ravens have a shot with 1:15 left to play. They have the ball at their 41-yard line. They only need a field goal.
You know, we wish we would have won this game, you know, but, you know, for Snoop and this offense and this team, we fought. You know, we fought to the very end. There's a lot of teams that give up in that situation, man. And, you know, there was a lot of positives, but like I said, we fought, and we fought the whole game. There wasn't a second that we were out there that we didn't believe that we were going to come back, and that's rare for a team when you're in situations like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that, you know, we expect to win every game. You know, it's not like we're coming in here thinking we're not going to win the game. It's just we're capable. We have a great football team with the guys we have, and we have most of our players. So there's no doubt in my mind that, you know, we're gonna win every game. That's how we feel about it. So the guys stepped up. They didn't bat an eye. They played good football, and that's what you expect from them.
And up next, as we mentioned, a visit from the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, who will be the final, and let's be real, most difficult test from the NFC North this season. Coming up next, though, on Ravens Report, we continue to preview Sunday's game with the head coach, John Harbaugh.
Ravens Report is brought to you by MedStar Health, the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens, and you. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. Sunday, the Ravens will have the opportunity to win their 14th straight game over an NFC opponent. A staggering stat when you factor in all the talent over the years in that conference. But the challenge Sunday will be immense with how well the Packers have been playing all season. And also when you factor in the uncertainty at the Ravens' most important position, quarterback. So for some clarity and some keys to victory against Green Bay, here's the head coach with Cliff Brown.
Coach Harbaugh, thanks for your time. Well, here we are, just 4 games left in the regular season. Ravens are 8-5, first place AFC North, in control of their playoff destiny in a year we've had to overcome so many injuries and adversity. Tell me, what's the team's mindset coming here into the home stretch of the season?
Well, they're excited. I mean, I think the guys feel like they're in playoff football mode. You know, these are going to be very challenging games down the stretch, but everybody in the league's got challenging games. And we want to win as many as we possibly can, find our way into the playoffs, win an AFC North championship, and take it from there. That's the goal. Everybody's working very hard for that, doing their best every single day, and we're going to try to go out and play our best on Sunday.
Now, of course, Sunday you're hosting the Green Bay Packers, and I'm told their quarterback's pretty good. When you're facing a guy like Aaron Rodgers, can you just talk about not only his physical skill, but his mental ability and how he tries to control the game, you know, from a mental aspect, and what you guys have to do to try and combat that?
No question. The physical skills are very apparent. You can see the throws he makes. He can move around the pocket. It's the ability to process information so well. He understands his offense very well. He knows where his guys are going to be, and he understands what the defense is doing. He knows, but based on where you're lined up, usually what you're going to be in. It's hard to surprise him. He's able to get the ball, you know, to a spot on time, very accurately, and it's usually the right spot. So that's what separates the really great all-time Hall of Fame guys from just really good quarterbacks, the ability to do that.
Now, we know what Lamar Jackson can do, but we've also seen what Tyler Huntley can do this year in the regular season. Right now, in a year where you're having the first 17-game season, where guys have been in and out of the lineup, how important and how comforting it is to know that the Ravens are an NFL team that has two quarterbacks that you can win with.
Well, it's really important. I know everybody in the league puts value on that, and we were very blessed for Tyler to be brought in as a free agent and to do so well. And it's a credit to him. It's a credit to our scouts, of course, to James Urban and our offensive coaches, but to Tyler himself, the way he's worked hard every single day. Doesn't say too much. He's great to be around. He's a fun guy to be around, but man, the guy's always working. And to see it pay off for him in games and for us the way it has is really rewarding.
Now, there's 4 games left, and 3 of them are at M&T Bank Stadium. We know the stadium's going to be rocking Sunday. It always is at home. Can you talk about the energy that brings your team and how, with the way the schedule sets up, how important that's going to be to defend home field and what you guys can do feeding off that energy with the Ravens flock?
Well, it sets up big because we've got 3 of our last 4 at home. One of those home games is going to be the Steelers the last week of the season. 2 big NFC matchups against top NFC teams, both teams fighting for playoff berth and #1 seed. So, all the crowd noise we can get, all the energy that the fans want to bring. Hey, I mean, if you're a Ravens fan and you love football, this is going to be great football to be a part of. So, we love it. They get in there early and they're ready to go.
Coach, thanks so much for your time and good luck Sunday against the Packers.
Appreciate that.
Coming up next on Ravens Report, the Ravens are back in the community to kick off the holiday season with their 16th annual Holiday Helpers event at Gilman School. Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. After not having any in-person community events last season due to the pandemic, the Ravens and their players have loved being back face-to-face with the community all season long. And this week, the Ravens, along with Calais Campbell, hosted the 16th annual Holiday Helpers event, giving back to the children of Baltimore. Let's look back at a special night.
Can we come party with you? Yeah! All right!
We are at Gilman School to celebrate our 16th annual Holiday Helpers event in partnership with Bridges Baltimore and Calais Campbell's Foundation.
What's up, guys? Are you on defense?
I am on defense.
You're the best kid.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
These students work so hard throughout the year. We just wanted to give them an opportunity to come together for the first time in a long time to celebrate the holidays, do some crafts. We have some gingerbread stadiums and some ornament decorating. And they're able to interact with players again and obviously join Calais for this awesome event.
Hey, you guys want to build these gingerbread stadiums or what?
I have never built a gingerbread, never. So this is all new to me.
Yes, I'm gonna help them build it.
I haven't built a gingerbread house since elementary. It's always special for me being able to interact and spend time with you. Always satisfying to be around kids and just kind of, you put things in perspective. You realize what's important. It's the really little things. Nobody cares about problems in the world. Just want to have fun and, just enjoy yourself. So it was a lot of fun.
We've got our gingerbread stadiums here that we're building. Right now we're mixing up some icing.
You look like you're doing awesome. What about you? What do you want to do when you get older?
A cardiologist.
Cardiologist, nice. I like that. And that's the best part is getting personal and getting a chance to really get to know them. You play a trumpet too? I play the trumpet. Well, we might be. Yeah, that's awesome. I played the trumpet from 4th to 8th grade. I wasn't very good, I tried, but A for effort. I think the biggest thing is just wanting to spread love and just show somebody that just try to be interested in who they are, what they like, and where they want to be, down the road.
Are you 6'4"?
6'8".
Yeah.
Man, don't shortchange me, man. Don't shortchange me. I'm LeBron James height.
We're having a good time, right, guys?
Yeah.
Going outstanding. I got the best stadium.
We have the Ravens on this side. This is the football players, and this is the fans.
Love you guys. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Happy holidays, Ravens flock.
Coming up next on Ravens Report, Brian Billick breaks down the tape of Tyler Huntley's performance in Cleveland. Stay with us.
Brian Billick's Breakdown is powered by Microsoft, the official tablet of the Baltimore Ravens.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. Quarterback Tyler Huntley was thrust into a really challenging position and responded. The latest test Sunday, with the second-year quarterback completed 71% of his passes for 270 yards and a touchdown, and nearly grabbed another win for the Ravens. So to sort through it all, here's a smarter man than I, Brian Billick, with this week's Billick's Breakdown.
Really tough road loss in the division for the Ravens, and compounded by the fact they lost their starting quarterback in Lamar Jackson. But the Ravens defense, particularly in the second half, really stepped up and played well, as they have done all year. And the Ravens, yet again, had an almost come-from-behind win. Obviously, Andrews and Bateman, it was great to see Bateman continue to improve and be involved in the offense. Tyler Huntley did an excellent job. He was 27 of 38 for 270 and a touchdown, and he had some tough looks and was able to get the ball to Andrews and Bateman on some big plays. When you look at the film, the first one's a perfect example. This is an all-out blitz. This is going to be a 7-man total pressure, 4-cross man. This is a lot for a young quarterback to recognize. He knows he's got to get the ball off quickly. Now, fortunately, they've got routes on the top and the bottom that are hitches to go with verticals on the inside routes on this 2x2. And he's got Bateman at the bottom. And what Bateman we've seen do time and time again, this is an excellent job of getting the ball off, getting it to Bateman, and then he makes the first man miss and turns what would have been a 4 or 5 yard gain into a 20-yard gain. So an excellent read versus heavy pressure by Huntley. Then on this next one, Andrews, you're going to see he sets the bunch at the top. Now, we've seen this route time and time again by Lamar Jackson. You see Andrews at the top of the route in the bunch. At the bottom, Watkins is going to go vertical. And we've seen Andrews do this time and again. He's going across the field, again, versus man. Cleveland played a lot of man against the Ravens. And a deep crossing route like this is hard to keep up with, hard to match up with, particularly with the big physical receiver like Andrews. And now this one was really nice. You're going to see what looks like 2 deep coverage on the top. He's got Bateman at the top of the screen, about 35 yards out. And watch what happens. The free safety at the last minute jumps down. Now Huntley knows immediately, I've got one-on-one with Bateman at the top and with no help by a safety. So he immediately goes there, throws kind of a back shoulder throw. Great catch. And again, this really should have been a touchdown. I thought this should have been ruled a touchdown. You know, and the difference in a close game like this, you never know what's going to happen. But the fact that Huntley was able to recognize the true one-on-one coverage with no help over the top at all, and Bateman making a nice back shoulder, over-the-shoulder grab, which, in my opinion, should have been a touchdown. And then finally, again, we've seen this kind of throw multiple times by Lamar. It's a 3-by-1 alignment. Again, Andrews is the first receiver at the bottom in the 3-man side. Now, they're playing a passive zone, is Cleveland, but the linebacker doesn't carry Andrews far enough, and the free safety, Huntley must have done a good job of holding the free safety a little bit because he's got no work, as we used to say. There's no one coming into his zone. He should have worked over much quicker to Andrews, but I think Huntley probably held him with his eyes, and again, throws it at the back of the end zone, touchdown, and we've seen this throw from Lamar to Andrews many times. Now, coming down the stretch here gets to be pretty tough with the Packers at the Bengals, the Rams, and the Steelers. But the good news is 3 of the 4 are at home for the Ravens, and the way they're able to stay relevant in every game, work back, they're never out of a game. They've got to feel back like no matter what happens, we can get back into this. That's going to serve them well going down this last 4 games this season.
So now the Green Bay Packers come into Baltimore with one of, if not the most balanced team in the NFL through 14 weeks. An offense that we know is obviously explosive and dynamic, led by Aaron Rodgers. But don't forget about a top 10 defense that has taken the ball away at an impressive rate all season. Here are a couple keys from my perspective that will help the Ravens avoid a 3-game slide. Find a way to be dominant in special teams. Hidden yardage in this game could be the edge the Ravens need to grab a W. And then avoid turnovers at all costs in this one. You can't give Aaron Rodgers more opportunities to score over the course of 4 quarters. That'll do it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to download the Ravens TV app on your Roku, Apple, or Fire TV device, where you can access an on-demand library of game highlights, features, live events, and more from the comfort of your own home. Enjoy the game on Sunday, and we'll see you right back here next week for a fresh edition of Ravens Report.